Can you see me? Good. I know you can. Because I can see me. I mean, yeah, but who you can't see. Okay. I just want to make sure you can see me properly. So I have a lot to share with you today. I was looking over on my other videos and I saw a 40-minute video and I was like, damn, like I like that. But I don't know, I think I want to keep things short these days because I'm like, I don't know, like I forget some things that I go through, and then I'm like, you know, it takes a lot to edit and then put it up, and I'd rather do something else. I'd rather talk about other things. If I spend my time like talking about it and then editing it, it's gonna be all my life, and no.
All my life, they be trying to keep me down.
No. They, not they, okay? It's a he, lowercase h-e. And he made people believe that a he was a they. It's very simple. Just adjust your knowledge to knowing that it's never a they, it's a he. Whenever it comes to people referring to beings or a system that hates us and is evil to us, and who we know is already departed from us, and that is, so we're gonna get used to not hearing his name, bitch boy Satan. Okay, so I'm just being honest with myself. This is my life, and it's my life in the now that I don't mind sharing with you. But at the end of the day, I have to be honest about the time that is now, you guys. He is here and he shouldn't be. He is invisible and who you can't see. So at the end of the day, I have to bring it to your attention because I have him as my slave, modern day slave. Works without even knowing that he's working for me. Guys, bitch boy Satan, even though I can monetize from him, even though from him being my slave, but I'd like to say, because I don't want to give him anything that human beings were manipulated to believe that they should have gone by, okay? So I want to use something a little different. So it's a modern day thing that fits him, which is, I got the word the submitter, but I kind of feel like he likes that because we're going to get to sentences. Sentences are what he loves to relate to. So he feels like he's actually living. He feels like he has a storyline in sentences. So when we say it, we must watch our words because we don't want him to flirt with the words invisibly to make himself feel better. He's so small. You know how human beings have words and script and we just talk. He doesn't have that. So he uses what we say to make himself feel good based off of what he influenced, you know? So if he's influencing something through us, he's like, oh yeah. Okay, calm me down. So this is another thing that he does. He has to calm me down. Whenever I feel like there's like this weight or this shaky feeling inside of me, if I laugh too long, I get a nervous feeling. I know that is him. So I immediately tell him, calm me down. Because he is influencing a feeling of nervousness inside of me. And it's a weird thing that we thought that we were doing, but he oversteps his boundaries in those ways. And guys, no more. But like I'm saying, he flirts with words. That's how he gets off.
That's right.
It's so embarrassing. But what was I saying again? Because I'm done with that. Sometimes you just gotta let it out and then that's it. What was I saying? For him, he's like a little bitch. Bitch boy Satan, okay? We don't really connect that word to women, We consider women young ladies, so that's what we say. But when it comes to bitch boy Satan, we call him a bitch boy because we bitch him out. Due to his exposure of himself to me, I bitched him out by using what he gave to me against him, because he would have rathered it to be the intention of my bad, but instead we turned it around to be his end. Okay, so we will call him bitch boy, bitchy, okay? We've been saying that, okay? So yeah, so he's not a slave, but he can be a slave to me due to his default. So, yeah. Speaking of his name though, bitchy, the first 3 letters of bitchy or bitch boy Satan is bit. Do you know what bits are? Bits are something that actors and actresses go by. Okay, so bits are a lot that I don't want to get into right now. I want to get into it at another time. It's just something about it. I don't want to talk about bits right now. And maybe I should push through, but like, I don't know, like I don't want to get into it right now. You guys, I just came from the hotel. Okay, we're going to call it the hotel, but it's really the hospital, okay? I came from a hotel, and I'm only changing the hospital's tone when I say hotel, because we are going into a time where hospitals won't exist anymore. So when I say hotel, it kind of scares bitch boy Satan. It makes him feel that he's gonna be removed, and he doesn't want the thoughts in our minds of him not being within and on our earth. I just came from the 10th floor, and to be honest with you, I was not gonna talk about this, but if you can tell, the 10th floor is for people with mind disorders, okay? I mean, I'm sure you know what I went in for. I checked myself in. I was just like, you know what? I'm done with my job. I want to not hear bitch boy Satan anymore. They took me in very fast, you guys. And without going into details, I'm thinking about doing a video on that of my own, because it was a lot, but not really. I think when you can see past people and see bitch boy Satan, it's easy to have a target. And I know that my stay there was an exposure of bitch boy Satan, because he was fearful of me going there. He didn't want me to go because I was going to see the things that I'm bringing to you right now. On behalf of us being the earth, all together as one. You are me and I am you, and we want a great place here for ourselves and the future generations to come, which are angelic beings, and we want to set the tone for a great vibration here on earth for them. So we're not going to have certain things around for them to put into their systems, their mentalities, their focus. You know, it's just we're departing from the tree of the knowledge of good and evil completely. It's very simple. Put radios where radio would be. 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 Do you know radio? I know about radio. I haven't even watched it. I know that's bad. I kind of am waiting for like a special time to watch it. But radio is a being that is a symbol of the mentally disordered community. Before I get into it, I'd like to say we are all mentally disordered. If you have bitch boy Satan around you, in your atmosphere in any way, you are a mental patient. At my stay at the hotel, I didn't enjoy it because I saw how they treated people that reflected the nature of all of us as human beings. When we think about people with mental disorders, we have to think about what tree that came from. And it originated from the tree of the knowledge of good and evil. We know that the tree of the knowledge of good and evil, which has been eradicated already in the spiritual realm and will be in our mental realm and the physical realm, within the way that things are orchestrated, because it's not like a physical tree. It's more invisible now than anything. That tree is a tree of categories, and hospitals now turning into hotels are actually the tone of the tree of the knowledge of good and evil. It is something that people wouldn't really think would be destroyed or eradicated along with Bitch Boy Satan, because they're not really thinking of the concept of no death, no dying, no sickness. All of the things that aligns with that is actually in the now, but because of cycles of the Bible, the book of truth and lies, which every scripture after Genesis 2 has the inclusion of Bitch Boy Satan in the words, in the cycle of that book, that separated into a branch or separated into branches of different kinds of books that replicates that in its different versions. So also creating the book of truth and lies in other things, most books, and because of that, most minds. You freaking guys. I'm just letting this out. When you know this, you know that human beings are not the problem. And that's all. I'm a human, right? And you are a human too. This invisible thing does not like us, but I can honestly see how human beings can be a little stupid. Like the hotels. So, okay. So you may be like, why is she saying that about the hotel? What happened at the hotel? Well, basically, I experienced people in different entities of mine wanting me to stay where I wanted to go. So my stay at the hotel was, I wanted it to be very short. I wanted to go and then come back out because I realized they weren't helping the real problem. And then I got to see that they were feeding pills to human beings like it was food. And there's a lot that went on to it, but I kind of feel like they were feeding the pills, which made me feel slow, which made me feel not of myself, which also, I would like to say, hint, hint, made the real mental disorderly people more mentally disordered, because they didn't elevate, they just stayed the same, if not slower. So I don't think I was supposed to see that. I don't think I was supposed to know that, because that's why Bitch Boy Satan was a little upset that I was going to the hotel. Because when I experienced all that I experienced there through my vision and my sight, I realized how much more important my job here to tell you about this is. And one of the things that correlated to this knowledge is radios were nowhere to be found. Put radios where radio would be. If you have Bitch Boy Satan around you, in your atmosphere in any way, you are a mental patient here on earth, whether you're in the hotel or not. You have to understand that bits are a realm. Okay? Stick with me. We're getting to bits now. Bits are a realm. The tree of the knowledge of good and evil is a category of many words. I like when I say words. Of words. Bits are a realm of words. The tree of the knowledge of good and evil is a category of words. Bitch boy Satan looks at the realm of words to control the narrative of earth. He knew that our conscious mind is invisible to us. However, he used what's in the conscious mind, bit realm, and he invisibly and silently spoke through your conscious mind, whether to you or around you or through you. So he looks at the bit realm as a commodity, land of words, but it's not a land, it's invisible. And then he's like, they don't really know about it like that. It's invisible to them, the bit realm. Bit boy Satan used that place to control the narrative of earth and everything in it through the bit realm by human beings. So this is what I did. That's why his name is Bitch Boy Satan. Okay? Because we know it, he cannot own it over us. Now, this is an independent thing. You know, it's independently my thing, right? And I also played it smart to where I did this for everybody, so you can take credit for the things that I have already brought to your attention, because it's an individual thing also. That's why you can take credit, so you can boost yourself up where you need to be when it comes to the knowledge of bit boy Satan. So let me tell you this. Controlling the narrative is about setting a vibration, setting a tone, setting a life that you desire and you deserve. I will always put on for you all because your skin's just like me. You know, one of the things that he's been trying to do when it comes to me talking to you is like, oh, I'm gonna get you. And I'm like, bitch, flick a light, flip a switch, turn on the light. He can't even do that. He's just been throat. That's why he's only neck and head. You know what I'm saying? So he has no power, no authority, nothing to do anything here on earth. And I'm like, skins don't rock like that. You're not like us. It's not they are not like us. It's you are not like us. And the Y in the U is lowercase. Just so you know. But yeah, so at the hotel, they lacked radios. And I was like, where's the music? We know that music is therapy for everybody, not just the mentally disordered. But we all know now that we are all mentally disordered. Where are the radios? We need music. And then y'all, let me tell you what I found out by Bitch Boy Satan exposing himself yet again. I remember writing down on a paper, I miss music. I was in the hotel for 10 days and I missed music. I was just in my room. I was writing, I was singing, I was dancing, I was looking out through the window. I had a very great view. I was ordering nice vegetarian meal, darling, kosher. So my meal was good, you know, every now and then. I'm so glad mine came in a package because anyways, after I came out, Bitch Boy Satan was like, indicating, because you know he doesn't say words, he gets limited amount of words to say to me, so that's why he's a little annoying, because he's monotonous. Like, he goes over and over saying the same thing over and over and over and over and over again. It's just like, okay, I'm done with you. So he indicated that he misses music, which makes me understand a lot about the nature of his invisibility and why he hates visibility so much. You can't be invisible and do music, but you can try to make it seem like you influence it a lot invisibly. And I come to let you know that he only manipulates people's minds consciously through the bit realm, but not anymore. And it's for you to know that. But you don't have to, because I know it for you. There's another secret I want to tell you before I come off of this, because I want to come off now. So this big secret, y'all. I love you. I like you. I like love for you. Love is so good. This is me in love. I love love, love. I love it for you. I'm so not in a mindset to do that at the moment. I can't even wrap my head around sex. I've been saying he has the peen in his mouth for me so long. Like, my sexual drive is like not there for a person outside of myself. I know it has a lot to do with me saying Baphomet in his mouth that killed him. He's called face Bapha. He has the peen for me. Baphomet clock in his mouth that killed him. It's just a lot of things that I've been saying outside of this, which is also not me. Like, it's not me, but I do it because, you know, it fits the bit for him and it's for us. So like, my mind is not there when it comes to another outside of me like that. Maybe at another time, or I don't know. I have no idea, but it's okay. But what I want to share with you is, when you do get married, okay, do not say the vows that people have been saying. He disclosed to me that while people have been spreading the message of vows and saying vows to themselves in another vessel, he's been in the oxygen around them, silently saying words through the ear. Okay, so I'm so sorry. I have to, this is a truth I'm gonna always say, okay? Until it gets cleared up and people start doing their own vows with words of life and not death. It's very simple. So, okay. So while people have been saying in sickness and in health, they have been directly calling like a covenant with bitch boy Satan, who uses that to his advantage, to swoop in and exchange words. While people have been saying sickness and in health, he has been saying sickness and in death. So one person, you're visible, right? If you have said this, while two visible people were saying, I love you in sickness and in health, he was over and on the other side, invisibly saying in sickness, because he like that, because then that means hospitals exist. And then he's been saying death instead of health. So he's been saying sickness and in death as an invisible being instead of health. But he came into covenant with these people who have said in sickness and in health. Because when you think about health, health is in and under the tree of the knowledge of good and evil. Because health means there's an opposing thing to it. Sickness and death even. So health calls in, or the tone of this health, what they're referring to, and this is why they come into covenant, because there's a sickness. So you're basically saying health is not life. And life is health, but life is only health. This is why the tree of the knowledge of good and evil opposes the tree of life in such a way that you can see it but not see it at the same time. But it's okay that you haven't seen it. You do now through me, because now what we're saying is we see the bit realm for what it is, and we can change the narrative of everything. That's what I did. So he's been doing little things like that in our lives, but he started in the first institution of the earth, family. And every institution after that has been influenced by bitch boy Satan. So you now, as the singular institution that you are, set a tone in your life, set a bit in your life that reflects your highest nature, your highest state of being, everything that you deserve, everything that you desire. It is yours. It's a lot. And what I'm getting right now is that there are a lot of words from the tree of the knowledge of good and evil with different tones that really was meant to be under the tree of life. You can live wise for now. Because even wisdom wasn't supposed to be a word. We were supposed to just be. But we're not going to complicate things right now. That's a really deep thing. I hope you got it. I hope you caught it. But if you didn't, it's okay. That's all I want to share with you today. I am Yashika, and it was a pleasure to share this with you today. Remember to like, comment, and subscribe so that you can see when I post more.
Press the button. Reset.
Ooh.